Charlie Penn.
Corey, you know I've been so excited for this moment.
I just realized I was gonna do the whole thing and reveal, but you're
Look
already
who's
here.
here! Eve is here, you
Eve is in.
guys.
Actually, we're in Eve's house.
Yes.
Yeah, we're in my dressing room. It's kind of, we look, I mean,
And
it's bigger, but
the
we,
set?
yeah, we're on set. It's
Yes.
a bit of a mess, so I apologize.
Please.
But this part's actually cool.
Can we talk about this certificate right here?
let me make it straight.
What? Daytime
no, that's
Emmy
it.
Award?
Okay.
I know, actually, that's amazing. I do have
Girl.
to say, when we won, it really wasn't mine yet, because I was just still new, but I had a small speech part in
There
my
you
name, so it's nice. It's
Okay.
actually amazing. It's
Which
actually
means you
cool.
have an Emmy and a Grammy.
It's true.
Oh,
Okay,
extra.
on
I
your
never
way
thought
to the
about this.
EGOT.
Yes,
I have
yes.
not thought about this, and it's true.
It
Okay.
is true.
Emmy winning, Grammy winning.
Yes.
And you won an inaugural Grammy, right? Wasn't it the
Yes.
first for best R&B, well, hip hop and
Best
R&B?
rap song collaboration.
Thank you.
Yeah,
First
for the
ever.
Roots, with the Roots.
With
Yeah.
Gwen Stefani, right?
Yep.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, well, that one I won, but then
Okay.
there was another one with the Roots that they won for the song, and
That's
then
right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You have receipts for the Eve. We could just, if we
Receipts.
start on our receipts, we will be
Receipts.
here the whole time.
There's also BET Awards and
Yes.
AACP Image Awards.
Yes.
Iconic rapper,
Thank
actress,
you. Thank you.
Fashion line.
fashion icon,
Mm.
designer. I mean, all the
Thank
things.
you. Y'all are
Everything.
amazing.
you know the love?
You guys can stay.
Girl, that's what we do. We know we just like to love on our sisters.
that's
and
really
we
nice.
adore you.
Thank you for coming here. Thank you for
No,
being
thank
here.
you for having us.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having us.
Thank you.
It's nice.
But as Charlie was mentioning, your receipts are long.
For
They're getting
days.
longer.
For days.
But is it true? Did you take a little step back from the spotlight, and why?
It's
I
like a
did.
reinvention almost.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been in the business for so long, and I feel like
Yeah.
I've had many lives in the business.
You have.
And I think it kind of just happened. It wasn't something I thought about. I think I was just burnt out, honestly. I was like, I just talked about this on the show actually this morning, that I was in this place where, I wasn't at the top of my game musically. But then it's like, where do you go? Because no one tells you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, no one's like,
There's no roadmap.
there's
for
no
this.
roadmap. So I'm
Right.
kind of like, well, what do I want to do with my life? And so I started doing shows. Like I started doing club shows, but then that burns you out. It's like, and it's like, this ain't really what I want to be doing. And yeah, then I just took a step back. And then at that time when I made the decision, like, okay, I'm just going to step back and kind of discover myself, figure out who I want to be as a woman in life. And then I met my husband, and
Yes.
and then once we decided to get married, I decided, well, I want to spend some time with him.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we were long distance
Mhm.
for a really long time. So yeah, it kind of just happened. So I kind of feel like I stepped back for like a few years.
It was
It's been a
sounds
few
like it was
years.
the self-care you needed.
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. And I think sometimes life makes it happen.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we all need to be doing that, but sometimes you get to a point where you've just hit the wall, and it's like, or life just happens, and it's like, okay, this makes sense. Let me
Well, it
just
sounds
chill.
like too you were
Yeah.
smart enough and in tune enough to take a real step back instead of trying to keep going. trying to
Definitely.
put
I
out-
think
Yes.
I think I've always been afraid of I guess losing too much of myself by
Mhm.
trying to keep up with some
Yes.
for no reason, if that makes sense.
No,
It
that
does.
You know,
Yes.
we're
No,
with you.
no, that's
So
good,
it's like it got to the point where I'm like, all right, well, what are you doing this for?
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I imagine, like, when you take a break, you have so many fans, right? They've loved you. I know people were hitting you up on social, whatever. Like, where are you? What's
Yes.
going on?
And it's
So you have to
even
juggle
social for
that.
me. I suck on social.
No, you don't.
I'm better.
You're
better.
getting- yeah,
I'm-
you're- Look, I've been stalking you for
'cause
years.
I used to be like cricket.
It would be like months in between. I'd be like, Eve,
months.
Eve, Eve.
months. Like, so yeah, no, people definitely please. And I love that about my fans. Like, they always feel like they can talk to me. Like, my
Yes.
husband always jokes, is like, is that one of your cousins? Like, when we go somewhere, and I'm like, yep, that's my cousin. Like, all my fans to me are family. And they do say, girl, what you doing?
Right.
Like,
Like, come back to us.
what
What's
you
going
doing?
on?
This
Yeah.
is- and I love, and I'm like, knock on wood, I don't take that for granted. I'm very thankful for that. Like, I'm thankful that they're still there and still wanting to hear from me. So
Of course.
yeah.
And so you and your husband traveled the world together.
We go
I
a lot of
mean,
places.
literally.
Yes.
Sometimes
Yes.
behind the wheel,
Yes.
all over. What did that teach you about yourself and the kind of woman you are? Just really getting out there and doing what we all dream of,
Yeah.
which is following our hearts.
It's a nice thing. It really is. It's like, I've always, though, also been the type of person that's like, if there's a cliff, I'm definitely gonna jump. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just
Like,
that
show me the
person.
cliff.
Yep, I'm just gonna jump. So with him, it was like, I guess it taught me and it's so cheesy because I'm so not a romantic, but he is my homie. Like, he is my best friend, and I think for myself, I think I just learned to be happy. Like, give yourself happiness. Give yourself permission.
Yeah.
Give yourself
that's
permission.
really important, the permission.
Yes.
Because you
That's
deserve
what
it, lady.
Yes.
You give yourself permission.
Yes.
Like, you are able to have what you envision. And sometimes it's just taking a small step and then it unfolds into something else. So yeah, just give yourself permission. Don't be so hard on yourself.
And you two are so clearly in love.
That's my boo.
It's literally my job to cover y'all's relationship.
Okay.
for Essence Girl Now. So I know you see me working.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes,
We
and thank you
regularly
so much.
support.
Yes, it's all very supportive and I appreciate it. Yes, thank you.
Of course. Happy
Nice.
anniversary. They're on the
Yes.
go. Things to
Thank
know.
you.
But I love that you all share. And I
Yeah.
also love that you are private
Yes.
about your relationship.
I try to keep as much as I can to myself. And I think
Mhm.
that's really important. We're obviously in the world of social media where everybody shares
Everything,
everything,
Breakfast.
which is fine. Everything, which is fine. But, I come from a different time
Mhm.
as well,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
helps me to keep some of that to myself. And also, it's nice for us. Like, I am so excited about my relationship, and I love him, and I love the way he loves me, and
Yes.
I love our life.
Mhm.
But I feel like if we put everything out there, then what's left for us to kind of be excited about when we just have those moments to
True.
each other?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The sacred moment.
The sacred moments. Yeah,
Now,
definitely.
will you decide what you're going to share with on the talk? Because
Yes.
the type of show that it is, it's
Mhm.
about revealing a lot of yourself.
Yes.
And that's why we love it, because we get to see a little bit. So how do you
That-
balance it.
It's funny because today, like, I shared a story that I was like, why did I say that?
Which
But at the same time, it is who I am. And honestly, those women, when I first started, I was scared. I'm not gonna lie, because even though people know me from my music and I've been honest through my music and I've been, I share certain parts of myself, I don't think I've ever just shared just me. And
Right.
there are lots of stories that people don't know, like
Yeah.
vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this show has taught me, how to be vulnerable and be okay with being vulnerable. And those stories are the scariest, those vulnerable stories. But it's healed me in a lot of ways. Like
I
talking
love
about
that.
my, my struggle with trying to get pregnant, like
Mhm.
talking about my struggle with drinking and things like that. It honestly has helped me. So I don't know. I think we do have a great team here though, because the executive producers, they come in and we always see if we can find a personal story to go with the subject
Yeah.
of what we're talking about. But ultimately, they protect us as well. Like if they would even say like, all right, maybe
go
you
there.
don't want to say that, but you can tell pieces of, or they protect us as well.
Yes.
So, but I'm fine. I'm an open book. Like at the end of the day, it is what it is.
You get- this is who you get. This
This
is
my
me.
life. This is my life.
And do you read what people say? Because one thing
I
about
don't.
sharing your opinion is like Corey and I like to call it call out culture, right?
Oh,
Which
it's
we
the
can't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
cancel
just said that
culture.
this morning. Like we are all in the line of fire of the
Yes.
call out culture.
You
That's
can't
it.
move without some troll ready to pounce on
No.
you.
Ready. They so ready. No, I don't. I keep myself in a bubble that way. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I do.
It's
I
safe.
live in a nice little bubble of my own stuff. I mean, if it's really bad, I do hear stuff. And my friends, like I trust my friends, like that will call me out and be like, like the Chris Brown situation, for
Oh, yeah.
instance.
Yeah,
You know,
backlash a little
that
bit.
I was like, because at first I was like, I ain't say nothing. I said,
Hold on.
and I was like, let me watch this. Like, and
Meditate.
then my friend was literally, and I trust her, she was like, yeah, it kind of sounded, and because I trust her enough, and I
Mhm.
watched her, I was like, you know what? Okay, I get it. I made a mistake. And
Yeah.
so, yeah,
But
sometimes,
you admit
if it's
it.
really,
You
really
admit-
bad,
yeah.
then I hear it. But
I had
yeah.
a situation that with a friend once. I texted something and I sent it to her. I was like, I don't know why they mad. And she goes, well, Corey, in a text, this did come off a little curt. And I had to sit there because I trust her and
Yep.
said, you're right, I'll send some flowers.
Yes. But it's nice to have those
Yes.
people.
Yes.
Because sometimes we live, because
They're your mirrors.
and they're your mirrors.
Say
And I
that.
think ultimately nobody here, I don't know you ladies, but I feel
Mhm.
the energy that nobody's malicious or trying to hurt anybody
Exactly.
or trying to be
Yes.
out. So when
Safe
you
space.
safe space. So when you do maybe hear some pushback, you're kind of like, hold up, wait a minute. I would never, because I'm not coming off as bad, but then it's nice to have those people to pull your coattail a little
Yeah.
bit, to be like, you know what? that was slightly off. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So
And speaking of that, right? For you, that sisterhood, you've had this lengthy career and it's still going. So
Yeah.
you've kind of seen the era of like, we have Black women talk about we didn't always support each other
Yep.
Mhm.
behind the scenes as much. And then now we see that evolution with like, we saw Little Kim congratulating Cardi.
Remy
Yeah.
Ma
Yeah,
congratulating
Remy
her.
Ma.
Yeah.
Yeah. So talk about like what it was in
Yeah.
terms of sisterhood now and what it is. in
Oh
the
yeah, it
industry.
wasn't like that when I was coming up. Boy,
Wasn't like that?
I was the one that was like fangirling over everybody.
Mhm.
Like, oh my god, I love you so much. We should do a song together. I just got signed, girl. You should call me. And they'd be like,
See?
Mhm.
like,
See.
and I thought it was just big sisterhood, and so I didn't go through that. But then I did as I got older in the business.
Mhm.
I did find that group of women that
Okay.
have always, and still to this day, we might not talk for years, but I could probably, I know, not even probably, I know I can call and be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Or I need to talk or something. Now it's totally different. I think now that is the culture of
Mhm.
supporting each other
Yes,
and
yeah.
being happy and for, that next person. And we should be. It only makes life that much better.
Girl.
And when you are happy for that person genuinely,
Mhm.
why not?
Why
There's-
not? It's like there's room for. It's kind of like
Thank you.
Cardi B is sort of my my guru.
Oh yes, I get it. I get it.
And but she was like, she said something once. She goes, "Why are you gonna be this?" It's like, "Oh, I hate you." Be the like, I'm glad for you.
Yes.
Like be the
Be the other
different-
person.
Be the other
be
person.
the other person. But it also changes you.
Yes.
It also
Mhm.
changes you as a person. Like, do it in little increments. If you that chick that's always hating or got a frown on your face, do it in increments. Do it to
Mhm.
people you don't even know. So nobody don't even know you being nice.
Yeah.
But just do it. It'll help you change. And it makes you feel better.
Yeah.
It does
Yeah.
make you feel better. And it's nice to be genuinely happy. Listen, we are a universe amongst a universe. And in the universe, there are many stars. That's the same with us as people.
Yeah.
Period.
And you've blazed a lot of these trails. So what's it like to see Black women, particularly Black rappers,
Yeah.
female rappers, just really winning like they are now?
It's-
You know what I mean?
It's amazing. We need that voice. It's still not enough
It's not.
female representation. I
Facts.
don't think, because there's a lot of, it's very out here.
Okay.
It's too
I like that.
it's true.
I like
It's just
that.
like constant. I'm like, y'all, come
I
on.
love
man.
it.
But the women that are there, I am so happy, and like we need it. We need
Yes,
it. We
yes.
need more. We
Yeah.
need more. So
Well,
yeah.
speaking of, do you think
We got
do
to
you
go in.
think hip hop will ever have its Me Too moment?
Oof. I've been asked this before, and it's a slow burn.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think.
Mhm.
It's such a gray area, because hip hop, whether it's the music or the videos or the culture, depending on who does what or where, who
Mhm.
you're around, it's a very gray line of what is sexual, what is, it's hard. It's a hard thing. It
Yeah.
is. It's a hard thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I do think it's a slow burn, and I think it's something will happen.
Yeah.
I think so.
What
I
do you see that you love about hip hop or women in hip hop in this moment right now, especially compared to
before? I think, I don't know. I just think that music, I love that you can be a lot more expressive and not be held in such a box. I
Yes.
think honestly, back in the day, it was kind of like, this is all you are as this female artist. You're not allowed to kind of do anything
Yeah.
else. Whether that was fashion or collaborations or whatever. I think now it's like an open field. And I don't know, I think the expression is slightly different.
Yeah.
You
love
I
your
know
dog.
with the dog. You guys, Eve's dog is living his best life, Hendrix.
But
around here.
he's gonna do stuff so we can give him attention. He loves it.
He found a cup.
He found a cup, guys.
He's like, "It's a camera."
I know. He's like,
no, he is such
Mom,
like,
I need my moment.
he does.
Oh, I can tell he makes you happy. But
He makes
what
me so
else?
happy.
Your husband makes you happy, your
Yes.
family. But how do you find your joy? Because we are constantly trying to
Ooh.
get Black women to constantly
Yes.
seek and chase joy.
Oh my God. I think it's going back to giving yourself permission as well. I think
yeah.
sometimes as Black women, we just don't. We feel like we have to do certain things and we have to play these certain roles, or
Always.
especially
Yeah.
when you have responsibility. A lot of times as you are that person that has to hold the ship together. You are the glue for everything, but we have to allow ourselves to be like, no, I just need to give me a breather. It's not about taking a week or a month. Sometimes it's taking an hour. Sometimes it's
Mhm.
taking a day. If you can, because not everybody can, but give yourself permission to breathe and take time and do some reflection. I think for me, I do a lot of self work, probably to the point where it's just
Really?
yes, I'm.
You
like,
journaling? What you
I
doing?
journal. I meditate. I listen to like lots of like solfeggio notes, which is like this music that helps me sleep. It helps your brain. I'm like I'm
Mm.
constantly looking for certain things.
It's like your barbershop character when she started taking those classes.
It's
or-
true.
yeah.
No, but it's true.
No, yeah, like
but
you
that's
kinda-
it's funny because that movie, regardless of it being a movie,
which is a classic.
it's a
Classic.
1 and 2.
Oh, two. But it was good movie, Scout.
It was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
But yeah, the journey. That's why I
Yeah.
and that's why I came back for 3 because
Yeah.
I was
Mhm.
like, if she's not on a real life journey of as a woman,
Right.
who does she become? And I,
Yeah.
you know, and she gave herself permission though
Mhm.
to look. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
a working mom, but I'm also gonna be zen. I'm gonna try to be zen. Just try to find. You gotta find joy in little stuff,
And we
man.
need that empowerment on screen. So thank you for also, I mean, you've done so much work on screen with music and TV and everything.
Thank
You just keep giving us iconic characters,
Thank
and we need to see ourselves. You know what I mean?
we
see
do.
you all over
We
the world.
still need it. We need to. But that to me, even beyond doing stuff on screen, I think my life, like in my life,
Mhm.
I think one thing that I've always lived by is that the world is bigger than your block.
Girl.
And which is why I've always wanted to travel. And I
Yeah.
think hopefully within showing the stuff that I show and like traveling around the world, that's another thing that we should do as well. I think women don't travel enough. Not even just women. Black people don't travel enough. A lot of people don't. A lot of my family still does. I'm like, come over here, come do this.
They
Like,
just want to go to the Caribbean. No offense to the Caribbean.
no
Yeah, but
offense,
no,
but
yeah.
there's a whole world on
Yeah.
the other side of these
yeah,
oceans.
it's just nice to see because the more you it just is, and I think you discover things about yourself every time you travel.
Can
really
you tell me,
do.
give us an example of where place that you said, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm here and I'm experiencing it." Charlie and I both love traveling.
We
so,
do.
Yeah, I'm obsessed. I mean, I've been very lucky. I think I always feel like that when I go to Morocco. Like Morocco is one of those places that you're kind of just like
It's a vibe.
it's a vibe because you're so immersed in the culture.
Yeah.
But it's so obviously so modern as well, and but it's beautiful. And I like feeling foreign. So I
Okay.
like Asia. Like I love going to. I like feeling like I know ain't nobody here like me.
Yeah.
Like but I like figuring out. I like figuring out things. I like feeling like I need to learn about a culture or a situation. So the more foreign, the better. I love it.
that.
Yeah.
I bet her phone is so lit with the best travel photos ever.
Is it?
You better be
Kinda.
taking photos.
I
You're not
do.
sharing them.
No,
but
Matt, you know what? My husband's better. My husband's better at it. He's really good at capturing like certain moments. I'm more of like I'm the chick that's like, damn, I forgot to take a picture. Like I'm that chick.
So he's the Instagram
one.
husband?
Yeah, he's really good, and he's really good at that. But yeah,
Well, speaking of you guys love, and I want to end with this because it's so important. So you may not know this, but the article we wrote about you and Max
Yeah.
is, I think, our #1 article for love content.
no way.
And I kid you
Wow.
not.
Are
they
you serious?
are so happy for you.
Oh,
They have
that's
always
nice.
been, and by they I mean the Essence readers.
Yeah,
They
thank you.
love seeing you in love and
Oh,
happy and winning.
That's amazing.
And I would
appreciate
love
that.
to ask you what advice you have for single women about choosing the love that's right for you.
Yeah,
Because we've all been through some shit
definitely.
romantically.
Listen.
But to come out on top, you have to choose a love that's healing and feels good. And you
100%.
obviously did that.
It took me a while though because I had to be ready for it. And that's another thing. Like you have to be ready for it and you have to be willing to know that you're worth what you want. And it took me a long time to figure that out because I kind of was still dealing with the same. It was like the same dude in one like different bodies.
Got it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why am I attracting this? And I know it sounds hokey, whatever like people are into, but that's real.
You are, I sometimes you are the common denominator.
Yeah.
Like after a while you can't get mad. Like
Yeah,
hey,
it's like, what is
I'm
my-
the
what am I
person.
doing?
Yeah.
Completely. And so finally I did tell myself that. But I also was like, I kind of threw away some rules because I think sometimes that's what happens too. Is like sometimes you're like, he's gotta be this, and that, and
Yes.
plus that, and it's just like, whoa. How about worry about does he respect you? Does he love you?
Mhm.
Is he gonna be down for you? Is he gonna have your back? Is he gonna be a good partner when the shit hits the fan? Like those
Yes.
core things
Yeah.
are so important. And I only know that because before I was with him, I was engaged to someone else who I forgot to ask for the core things. We had a dope life, but he
Mhm.
was a terrible person.
Yeah.
Like
Gotcha.
he was really poisonous to me as a
Right.
person. And but I forgot. I didn't ask for those things. I didn't ask for the love and respect, and but I think it's all about being internal too. Like, just do the work on yourself, and everything else. And it sounds weird to say, but it's true.
It's so true.
It is true. You gotta, and it's a constant work. I'm chiseling all the time.
It's so funny to
Chiseling.
think of like Eve with the paw prints.
Yes.
But you're like,
Yo, I swear some days I'm like, it's crazy because I've been through a really dark place. I've gone through really dark times. I've gone through a depression. I've gone through, like I said, I drank before, and I really was in a crazy place, and it took me a really long time to get out of that fucking hole.
yeah.
And look at you now.
Yeah.
And
Glowing.
speaking
Thank
of,
you.
girl, group hug, you are amazing.
Yeah,
you inspire us so much. Thank you so
This
much.
has been so good.
This was
so
really
much
fun.
Yes,
Oh, you have to come
thank
back.
you.
Yes.
I will.
And bring
Well,
Hubby.
yes.
I know.
That's
Yes,
a
you know he just
moment.
left. He just left yesterday too.
Next time you guys come together, you're in New York.
Oh my
call
God,
us.
yes.
We'll be there, right, Corey?
Yes.
And I'm just gonna tease him the whole time. 'Cause he's gonna be like, but that's the funny thing too, because he's like, he never thought he'd have so many black women to follow him.
Oh,
on
I
Instagram.
know he does.
They're all like,
Larry.
where are your brothers? Where are your friends?
And they're waiting on photos of her too. And then
And
they're
yo,
because
they
she
so
doesn't share them.
nice. They're so but they're so sweet. Everybody's like so cool and like
I love
I appreciate it. It's really nice. It is.
Well, we love the love. Thank you so much, E.
Thank you.